Hello again, Glitch Ripper here. It's been a while since I've done a vlog, but this is kind of spontaneous because for what I need to kind of report. The thing is, I've recently been through the transition of going from just having my original Mojang account to also to having it coordinated through the Microsoft account, which uh, might as well be called Microsoft at this point, because let's face it, that's what this whole thing's about anyhow. But the thing is, for one thing, that does mean that I do in fact have my cape. That was like almost immediate after the transition. I mean, wow, that was fast coordination there. So that was incredible. Although, admittedly, I know I've kind of worked with the Minecraft cape before whenever there was that whole thing, whenever they was doing that big celebration for their other game and everybody had a cape for a little while. Uh, but, and that means that I've had some experience with them, and I know they're not necessarily the most capey cape you can have in Minecraft, ironically, even though they're the official capes. But they're also at least, kind of cool, and it does have that little extra swank thing of saying, I was a total OG gamer in Minecraft whenever the transition happened. I was here and got this cape. So it's basically a statement of I was here when it happened. So yeah, there is that. Now, otherwise, here's something I kinda need to report. This event has had some unexpected side effects that I'm not entirely sure what I'm gonna do about for a while. Although there's some things that might kind of present themselves soon. Hopefully, we'll see about that. I mean, maybe. But one thing is that it seems to have thrown off the synchronization with some of my mod loading services. So I'm not sure what all that will do for a while. I was going to do a mob battle actually instead of doing a vlog. So yeah, that kind of shows that that was a thing. I finally figured out how to set up a very particular one that had been like long overdue on my backlist. And then whenever I was right about to actually do it, after I'd had things set up previously, it was suddenly after the transition, and it was saying that it couldn't find my account pathing or whatever. It was saying something about, yeah, I was needing to update my my password in the ATL launcher and stuff like that, but it couldn't seem to find how it coordinated. I know why this happened in a way, and this may have to do with other things. I'm not sure if it's going to affect all of my modded launchers, or for that matter, bodies for that matter. And it obviously doesn't affect vanilla, because if you know your which account you're using, then you don't have to worry about it, because it won't be out of sync. It'll just be back to being useful for you. But anyhow, as I was saying, the thing is that some might synchronize with that better than others. And on the other hand, they could just kind of adapt a bit later to the new authorization pathing. The thing is, a lot of the good mod launchers coordinate with the master system that Mojang has. So if you're officially in the game, then you're also officially able to do modded stuff. So yeah, that's usually how that works, is they use whatever your official account is, and they pass through that. Like, it pings Mojang to say, is this an actual account? If it comes back right, then you get to do your modded stuff. That's how it normally works. But there seems to be a slight synchronization issue right now, where they haven't quite coordinated with the fact that players are transitioning to this whole new version of the account thing. So the information they've been passing for quite some time off purely using Mojang is not working quite correctly. So yeah, there's that. Now, on the other hand, let's go with the thing that I was going to say is kind of coming up, and a few other ideas. The thing is, I might be able to do some gaming for a while other than Minecraft if it comes down to that. or at least try to find out which of my modded launchers are still working and try to figure out what I can do with them. But also there's other possibilities, because the thing is, we're coming up closer to a new snapshot season, and there's already these super experimental, like even more experimental than normal snapshots type snapshots that are about the terrain being manipulated in very dramatic ways. Because we're kind of closing in to the full power of the Caves and Cliffs update being completed. It was split into 2 parts, and we have a lot of stuff still coming up. The extra wild generation wasn't quite fully handleable in the first half, so they had to kind of separate that out, going, hey, this was in fact a bit too intense, so we're gonna have to concentrate on it more to get it done right. So that's what they did. But additionally, some other things were particularly complicated and were kind of delayed to the second half, which is going to be 1.18. Now, the thing is that as we're coming into the new snapshot season for 1.18, things are going to get interesting, because I might be able to kind of get back to the whole Minecraft as you go thing, because once they get certain things kind of set up or set back up, I can be able to continue with that. And it seems to be something that's going to happen pretty early on in the new snapshot setup. So that's going to be pretty wild. And it's going to let me be able to do a whole lot of stuff. I've already gotten some things in that world that have some good setups for resources and things, but I'll be able to get even more whenever the snapshots finally start to drop. And maybe they'll have that whole thing where they'll figure out what to do about worlds that were generated before it. I mean, I could start up a whole nother run on it, and it'd be like that, but I'd rather try to see how they're going to go through this whole transition thing, of going between, like, the old terrain and the new. I'm actually kind of a fan of big transitions in a way, because I kind of liked how terrain had these wild cutoffs sometimes, back in the day. It kind of announces, like, this is the end of the world that you had before, this is the beginning of more of the world beyond it. It has totally new stuff. It's a way of knowing where the terrain you had before ends and the new stuff begins, because you can just kind of zoom out as fast as you can and look for one of those big transitions and say, okay, the new stuff is past this point. I can use this. See, it's actually something you can use as kind of a landmarker. But it's been a while since that's happened, because they've kind of smoothed stuff out when it came to transitioning, and had other ways of handling it, or just you get like new structures in the area afterwards rather than some big drop off. But because of how they're going to have the terrain being much more wild, things are going to be a bit different. And I think my dolphin may have escaped early this time. Now that I need another dolphin, but yeah. So basically, there's that whole thing. Just a moment. I'm gonna have to. So do I have a? No, I don't have. I mean, it's kind of a. Well, Heart of the Sea is probably a better one. So let's do it that way. Anyhow, what I'm getting at is there's gonna be a lot more cool stuff to do coming up soon. And that could be really awesome to go around with. So, and as much as there's like such awesome things now that it's like whatever happens, it's going to be a good time, then, well, I can just kind of go with that thought on it. That, hey, I can just go with however they're doing the newest stuff for a while, and that'd be pretty exciting to explore for a while. In fact, it's going to be pretty exciting indefinitely because the way they got it set up. But the fact is that eventually, of course, modding will catch up again and things will go onward. But there are other ways of setting stuff up. It's just I don't know if I can actually do that anytime soon. So that's hence my idea of holdovers on that, and other things I might be concentrating on for a while between my channels. So might look out and see if I have some more activity elsewhere during this time, because I am wondering what's going to happen if it takes a while for the launchers to get caught up with the new authorization pathing. So there's that. So we'll see. And so basically, did it bump it all the way out, or did you get your ball, dolphin? It I'm not sure if the dolphin got the ball there. Uh, a dolphin, dolphin. Uh, hey, hey there, buddy. You just take another one of those and go that way. See, you find it. There you go. It's down there. I tossed a ball right past you. You should totally be wanting that ball. Anyhow, oh, this is where it went. Maybe it's found the one that I tossed there. Oh yeah, it's got it. There we go. Good dolphin. Play with the ball. Have fun, dolphin. It's why you're there. Anyhow, as I was saying, uh, I'm not sure exactly how that's gonna roll out with everything being affected, but at the same time, I also know that I do have options. It's just gonna be kind of weird. Well, then again, maybe not. You never know. I mean, it could transition into things nicely. But the fact is that with that whole passing out and new stuff coming in, it could be interesting. Also, it doesn't mean that I'm going to completely go down on a lot of things because, as I said, there are options, and even just within vanilla with the new stuff, there's going to be some cool things to try out. Like, I'm definitely going to be experimenting a lot with the Warden whenever it comes out. There's a lot of really cool things I'd like to do with it, especially when it comes to, yeah, you guessed it, mob battles. Because I'd like to see just how crazy it really is. And think of possibly a whole other category to put it in, because this thing might be something that requires some different thinking about the whole thing, and I might go into that whenever I get to the actual mob battle. But that said, there may be other things coming in vanilla that's going to be really exciting. And one thing that they've said is that there's going to be some really extraordinary stuff that you can do with whole contraptions and things after we get to the deep dark. But also, more so than that, there's going to be massively awesome loot in there. Like, you will have good reason to sneak carefully past the Warden and raid the place royally. And if any of that can stack, it would definitely put some serious use to having a whole bunch of bundles in your inventory to just grab miscellaneous stackable stuff and shove them in there. Kind of like I did before with the bundle. I really do kind of like the new bundles, and whenever they fully bring back the crafting of them and stuff, it's about the point I'm going to go right back into Minecraft as we go, because I would like to be able to make more bundles in survival, thank you. So that would be nice. But again, other than that, I think things at least have some good possibilities going onward. So we'll see how all that goes. Whether I be doing some things more sideways to this whole thing, or be showing off the new stuff whenever the snapshots drop. We'll see how that goes. But for now, just kind of know that I'm still keeping on there. And with the transition, you do in fact get your new swank OG transitions cape very quickly, actually. Although, I gotta admit, it probably works better at some angles. Like, maybe if I just gonna connect this. Okay, that's just kind of like the perfect view right now, ish. Kind of. There you go. I think I got it. But now you can't see. Okay. Okay, capes are just kind of a little tricky to work with than they first appear. But I'll get the hang of it. I mean, again, I had a cape before. I'll get there. So, we'll see. But either way, cool cape has been had, but it also caused things to be a little sideways, and now I'm gonna have to just figure out where I'm going from here. Anyhow, thank you for this, for listening in on this crazy news video of stuff that just happened. Okay, so I've been Glitch Reaper. I'll be logging off, and as usual, I believe it's time to go with the classic this time. Remember, join the parrot party. And if only I could really get this panda to join in more, but I just think all it wants is cake. Anyhow, as I was saying, join the parrot party. Yeah, parrot party!